All right, we're inside a mega week, folks. Mega week. We've got everything this week because the trade deal is about to be finalized, been signed between Xi and Trump, and you've got the Federal Reserve with their interest rate decision as well. Are they going to go to QT or not? Quantitative tightening. And also, guess what? Like 4 or 5 of the Magnificent 7 stocks of the US SP 500, NASDAQ are going to report earnings as well. It's a mega week. Like, look at this. So exactly as my last video was saying, I think we get rejected here, right? At least we're meeting some major resistance here, and we can see that basically it's not difficult to call this because we can see 116, that was the major resistance, and even this line 115, right? Low 115s is this red trend line. Let's have a look at how important, right, 116K is. By the way, today we're going to look at ETH. Will ETH continue its run? Will it outperform Bitcoin and go on a altcoin run, or is there something we should be careful of because there could be a major warning coming up for ETH? I'll show you guys. So look, 116 is obviously a major level. Like, look at all these bottoms, right? Top and bottom here, top fake out here, top here. And look, 116 was always going to be a big level, as I said in my yesterday's video. And also this trend line in red carried Bitcoin since late April, right? So once we break down, then it's going to be tough for us to get back above. So I think, on the balance of probabilities, as I said yesterday, I think we get rejected here, or at least meet a lot of resistance. Boom. If we're going to break above, then we pull back first, and then up we go. So this bounce was mostly due to the trade war. Good news, or encouraging news, I should say, coming from US and China side. And with the Federal Reserve, we haven't had any news from them yet, no real updates. And also with the US, the SP 500 Magnificent 7 stocks, we haven't had any from them yet. So this must be a reaction due to the trade war situation. Here, have a look at this. This is how big the trade war situation is. That's not a meme coin you're looking at. This is actually the SP 500, right? The largest stock market index in the world. Like, it gaps up and gaps up again. So today is it gaps up like 1.2%. You're like, whoa, big deal. But this is an entire index. This is like a $50 trillion index. It's already at its new all-time high, and then it gaps up on Friday, right? And then it gaps up again today, goes up another 1.2%. We're right back inside the channel, and this is quite a crazy scenario. So stocks are seeing this as a very bullish event, and that's why Bitcoin's following as well. But Bitcoin's getting a little bit rejected. Overall, I'm not too bearish because I'll show you guys this. Well, look at this. Gold down 3%, silver down 3%, platinum down 1% today. The reason why is, look at this on gold. We have the ABC pattern. And I've been speaking about this for quite a while now, because when gold goes down, Bitcoin pumps, right? This was late last year. When gold goes up, Bitcoin dumps. Gold goes down or it consolidates, Bitcoin goes up. Gold goes up, that's what happened. What we had recently, Bitcoin made these treacherous moves down to 101K on the Binance chart anyway. And then gold is now making its move down like this, right? And Bitcoin can then make its move up. And I think this is pretty much happening over the next, say, 2 months or so. But however, that's only one of the reasons. The other main reason is that the Federal Reserve is about to announce cut of interest rates and possibly end of QT. Either they're going to end QT this month, or they're going to end it at the next meeting, which is in December. But I think there's every chance they could actually end it on Wednesday, even though most people don't think so. I think it's too early. okay, because I think gold is going to do this ABC pullback. Likely area where gold stop is like around this 38.50, 38.60 area, right, for a bounce, and then basically we're going sideways, and then that's the time for Bitcoin to take off. But what about Ethereum? What do we think about Ethereum? I've got evidence to show you guys to be careful where ETH is going. Before we get to that though, first let's answer the question of which crypto exchange does Pablo use? Well, Pablo uses this exchange that's non-KYC. That means you don't need to show any ID. So that means even the exchange can't see who you are. So that means the IRS can't see you, FBI can't see you, tax office can't see you, CIA, FBI, nobody can see you, total privacy. And that's why Pablo made this deal with them, right? Exclusive, only on the Pablo link, went up to $6,000 and plus 2 ETH, whatever price ETH might be at the end of this period. So just by depositing and trading 4K, get 20%, right? Deposit $100, get $20 US. Deposit $500 and trade $20,000 and get your $100 US bonus. It's basically 20%. See, $1,000, $200, 20%. So limited time only, folks, because this deal finishes on 4th of November. And if you're watching this on YouTube right now, then the link is in the description below. The link is in the description below. But if you're watching on any other platform, such as this one, that's okay. Just click on my profile page, and then there is my link tree or stand link. There we go. And it should be the first deal that pops up because this is a great deal. All right. Let's get back to the markets, folks. But remember, this deal is only on the Pablo link. Only on the Pablo link. So we have the situation. Okay, let's have a look at ETH. ETH is basically, look at this chart. So I'm leaning towards some sort of pullback here, even though there's lots of shorts and we can short squeeze above to 120, even 123K. I do think that Bitcoin at least pulls back a little or meets some resistance here first before we break up through. And let me show you why I think that is. Okay, this is the chart that I posted in my Discord, in my videos, and I think I even posted publicly on one of the social media sites as well. So basically, it's taking the price fractal of the May 2021 crash. And as I said, it's going to be a pinball machine, up and down, right? With the lows being retested, and then we bottom in the last week of November or first week of December at the latest, and up we go. So far, it's actually working kind of well. We've had a dip down to this level. We've had a pop up almost to this level, right? Top and tail, that's what we're looking at today, right? Might be the top for a while, bounce around, and then up we go. So I'm not expecting a straight up, next leg up, straight up rally like this. I'm expecting more moves like this, up and down, right? I call it a pinball machine. So what about Ethereum? Let's look at Ethereum. So Ethereum, as we know, the big drop 2 weeks ago when Bitcoin hit 101K was basically because of liquidity flush. There was too much longs, right? Longs and shorts being open in an exchange are what we call open interest. When open interest is high, open interest is high, then that means there's basically a lot of longs or a lot of shorts. And see, the blue line here is the price of ETH, right? And we see this massive spike up in open interest. See this salmon pinkish color? That's open interest, right? And we see this massive spike here. So I don't think it takes a genius to figure out those are people are longing, and when people are longing, basically, then exchanges take prices down again, right? And then when up we go again on this bounce to 4,050, then the buying volume, the longs come in again, and exchange dunks again. And up we go again today to hit 4,200. But look at this, the salmon color, that represents open interest and is spiking up again, right? So in that case, not only for Bitcoin, but also for ETH, I think a pullback is probably due. Overall, as I've shown you guys, overall, I do think we can actually short squeeze all the way up to 123K, right, and even make a new all-time high. The problem is basically, so then people are like, okay, so every time or when people go long, that's when price goes up. Then exchanges will try to dump or try to, pull price down. Then Pablo, what you're saying is basically there's no such thing as a good time to go long or go short. Well, what I'm saying is this time, were not good opportunities to go long, right? But sometimes you do get a run up in price and there is no, right? There is no increase in open interest, or there is not a lot of longs because people are scared, people are afraid, people will sell, right? Every time when we have a pop up, when we have a price pops up, people will sell or people go short, right? And we don't see the open interest increase that much. And then that's when, market makers will leave it alone, leave price alone, and price can just actually take off, right? So whereas now there's just too much open interest to the long side, and therefore the market makers need to take them out and flush them out. And I've been saying this for a long time now, so hopefully folks get that concept. So when is a good run for Bitcoin? It's when open interest is not like this sort of crazily insane high. If it stays like normal, like this, then price can rally on its own, because then market makers at Binance don't need to get involved, don't need to come in and flush out the longs. So as I say, over the next few weeks, I stay bullish, right? I think we'll have one more leg up. But for the next 1 or 2 weeks, I think we're going to chop around a lot. Like I keep on showing you guys this chart, right? This is basically what I've got in mind. And I showed you guys this chart when price was like around here. And now look, boom, 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 boom. We're following this fractal, right? And then I don't think we just continue up. I think we could easily come down to flush out the longs again, and then we go up. So why do I think eventually we head up after another 3 or 4 weeks, 5 weeks of sideways chopping action? Well, here's another chart. Look at this. This is short-term holders cost basis. Short-term holders meaning, folks who have bought Bitcoin only 30 days or less, or even 15 days or less. So we can see that their average buy price is kind of not that much below Bitcoin, right? Sometimes it's even above the price of Bitcoin because they bought it in the short term. And we can see that that basically the white line is price of Bitcoin, and the red is where the short-term holders are buying. That's their cost, right? And these green lines are called short-term holders capitulation. When they freak out and they think bear market is here, they can't stand the pain anymore, and they just sell. So, for example, this was the bottom around late November 2022 when Bitcoin bottomed, and this is from the start of essentially the entire bear market, and it's just been short-term holders selling because price never really got above their buying cost price. So basically selling and panic. And then, but when the bull, that was during the bear market, but you see when the bull market starts, every time they panic, right? Every time price dips below the red line, which is the short-term holders cost price, right? When this green line appears, Bitcoin bottoms and goes up. Right here, lots of capitulation. This was around late 2023, and we see basically price doesn't go down much further, and price goes for a massive run. And then this was around July, August 2024, when markets started capitulating again around 49, 50K. That's when we hit bottom, and then massive bounce to 104, 108, 109K. And this was the trade war. This is in March when it hit about 84K. And this is in April the 7th when it hit about 74K. And we see when this happens, once again, short-term holders capitulating, those are the times to enter, and boom, up we go. And now we are having another one of these capitulation events. But as I say, look, it's not long enough. I'm expecting end of November or even early December for a real bottom, and then up we go. Until then, I just expect more swings sideways. Why? Because look how short this period is in green, which is short-term holders capitulation. Before, in the past, we've always had like long periods of capitulation with even some rest in between. And look at this period. This was much longer as well. So it does look like, and even this period, right, a lot more rest, a lot longer. So basically, once we're in a bull market, then basically it's all about flashing out the short-term holders, make them panic, make them capitulate. Or see the green line, says short-term holders capitulation, in those are the green bars. When they capitulate for like 1.5 months, or in this case 2.5, 3 months, this is more like 1.5 months, and then basically the selling, the capitulation is done, and prices rebound, and up we go again. Same thing here. So, but once again, I'll say I'm expecting more sideways chop, kind of like this, even like this. But in the last week of November, which is 4 weeks from now, or the first week of December, roughly around that timeline, about 5 weeks. Yeah, about 5 weeks from now, I think we bottom, right? You got to give this a little bit more time, like, right? See this? These green bars, give it a little, even here, give it a little bit more time, and I think we bottom then, and up we go for another leg up. Let's have a look at some of the other indicators. Folks might remember, this is the whale who traded like 30 minutes, what was it? 30 minutes before Trump did his tweet of 100% taxes on China, tariffs on China. And basically he's been trading 2 or 3 times lately. Oh, and he also went long, he went short when Trump said 100% tariffs on China, and he went long just before Trump tweeted, okay, no more taxes on China, we're going to make a deal. So he's caught the top, the short really well, just in the nick of time, and he caught the bounce really well as well. And many people think this is Byron Trump because look, he trades in massive size. Like this is 194 million, he's long in Bitcoin right now. Right now he's long. And 168 million, he's long in ETH right now on 5x and Bitcoin on 13x leverage. So this is a guy people think has a lot of insider information. They think this is Byron Trump, by the way, and he's added to his longs and his shorts. He's up like $17 million here. So he's betting Bitcoin will go up. So look, I'm not against this at all. I do think we get a short squeeze up to somewhere to 120s. But in the meantime, I think this 116K area, as I've shown you guys, will at least be a temporary 116K area will at least be a temporary resistance. We probably pull back a little, if not go down. We're going to respect this resistance level around 116K. It might take 2 days and then up we go, or it might take like 2 weeks and down we go. Okay, thank you for tuning in, folks. I'll catch you next episode.